Scams, frauds, and Ponzi schemes. Oh my. Let's dig into today's stuff. Yo, why are we losing money? Ah! Yo, crypto nation and mining family, what's going on? What's going on? Yo, what's going on? Censored crypto, hello back to you. What's going on? We got all these fun little things that have been going off. So if you're trying to figure out, what the heck is that? Something on my finger. If you guys are trying to figure out why it is that we are all losing money here in the markets, yo, just drop FA in the Chizity chat. Yo, what's going on? No, Craig. Sonia Neer is here. Everybody smash that lizardy like button as you come rolling on in, guys. Yo, we got to bring that millionaire energy back into this market, guys. I'm just saying. We need to get that millionaire, billionaire energy back into the market. So without any further ado, let's kind of hop into some of the stuff. We got a bunch of stuff. Let's figure out where the market sentiment really is. I mean, we all know Bitcoin ain't going nowhere, right? It's a staple now, right? There are some naysayers like Peter Schiff. It's like he's a very smart guy. He is a gold bug. It's just like I'm a Bitcoin guy. I'm going to promote Bitcoin. He's a gold guy. He's going to promote gold. We're both trying to figure out which thing is going to be the best safe haven overall. Gold has an impeccable, history over time to be sitting there and, investing into there for safe havens during whenever governments go into an inflationary period. Our government wants to blame inflation on the war. They want to blame the inflation on the cost of energy, but they don't want to sit there and deal with the pink elephant in the room and deal with the idea that it is a direct cause and a relationship to money printing. You produce money, that is free capital. Give it to the people, which creates a high demand on products and goods, right? Goods and services have now a high demand, but not enough fulfillment. And then you have explosions in prices to make the market stop. And now that it didn't stop, now we have this explosion of prices going out of control, and it's going to get worse. It is going to get worse. Yo, what up, Gundy stuffing things? Good afternoon, Crypto Nation. 100% Gundy, 100%. So, I mean, it's like these economic people need to sit there and just come to grips. They were wrong. Money printing does not work. You cannot print your way out of a crisis. They're trying. And now we're getting to feel it. And I think that spending more money is going to be the solution. They'll find out whenever every government decides to bankrupt every working class citizen in the process. But they don't really care. And we have companies that are trying to just navigate the waters to keep their heads above deck, right? I mean, as long as you're at break even on a business, that's not the thing you want to hear. But as long as you're break even, you're not doing bad whenever the economy is just shit itself. So let's get into some of the stuff that that has gone in. I should have probably organized my thoughts on everything. I think I have a little bit of a flow to the way that I ordered up things, but let's dig in. So crypto miner Cathedral Bitcoin, CBIT, they are a Canadian Bitcoin mining company. They just cut their price, their payroll by 60%. So they are trying to figure out where they can cut the fat off so that they can just, because they're a publicly traded company in Canada. So they have enough of a bankroll to be able to, a reserve to be able to weather a long bear market. I mean, get ready for it. It's going to be a bumpy ride. This is what I was kind of waiting for, guys, to know that we were more into the bottom of the bear market. Bottoms of bear markets usually come with companies just going out of business, all the way to companies cutting payroll to strengthen their reserves so that they're not just, I mean, during a good bull run, yeah, you want to make sure everything is about as clean as possible, fast moving, fast deployment, fast repairs, everything top notch. But during a bear market, you're going to sit there and you're going to trim the fat off. Anything that's unnecessary waste, hey, maybe I might have 20 people doing the same job. Maybe at this point, maybe only 10 of them need to be done. I only need 10 of these particular, maybe I've got somebody that's sitting there setting up the shipping containers. There's 20 guys, say that's 4 teams setting up shipping containers. Do I need 4 teams or can I do it with 2 teams now? These are going to be the questions that most of these bigger mining companies are going to be coming into, going into a prolonged bear market, because they're going to look at their war chest, which is their reserves. Their war chest is, with the price of Bitcoin, their war chest just got a whole lot smaller. Yes, they have the same amount of Bitcoin in there, but that same amount of Bitcoin does not go as far. So we've got to, now that we're starting to see some of these Bitcoin mining companies starting to trim the fat off, I think we're getting close to the bottom of this bear market, really. Yes, FTX sucks. Yes, FTX set us back a little bit. Maybe we might be in the bear market for an extra month or 2. Maybe we won't come out of the bear market until after December. It'll suck overall, but you're realistically, so let's say we're supposed to have a Christmas rise. Well, maybe we'll get the rise coming, January, February now. I know that's not something that a lot of people want to hear, but seeing that there are companies now looking at the idea of cutting the amount of expenses that they actually have coming out. Now, CBIT being a publicly traded company, they have to be able to disclose, their earnings and everything like that. So, they've cut 60% of its payroll within the last 2 months. These are the things that I pay attention to. Okay, so Cathedra Bitcoin's mining facility is 203 petahash mining hash rate, producing a trailing 30-day revenue of $414,640, resulting from an average uptime of about 98%, which the uptime is just spot fucking on, exactly how you want to see it. I usually tell people between 92 and 93% is a good general uptime, but at 98%, that is a well-oiled machine turning and burning Bitcoin, guys. But their stock with the price of Bitcoin is also plunged, which meant that they had, from the stock share side, a lot of selling pressure, plus on the Bitcoin side, so their war chest got smaller, plus their investor pool just got smaller. So there's a lot of different things that kind of went on with where they have to be able to cut the fat down. That's something that me and Mikkel actually have an advantage of, because it's just the two of us. And neither one of us are taking a fucking payroll. Everything goes back into the business. We don't make money on the company at all. So we're already in a better place, I guess. But you have, I mean, seeing that they still are positive cash flow, but they need to make sure that if the price of Bitcoin recoils a little bit more, or the investor confidence drops a little bit more, that their war chest still can survive. At the end of the day, a good company is going to have a good war chest. They're not going to be one of these retarded companies that went in and bought more shares of their company to fluff up the investors, you know what's. We don't do that around here. So, it's like, as long as a good company sits there with a decent war chest, they survive. Period. Funny thing, Coinbase disabled sending crypto on my account, so I cannot send any crypto out. Not even 25 cents worth of that Doji coin. That's why I tell people, well, they're going through right now and trying to do the proof of reserves. There might, with all of that they're trying to do, is add extra regulations because they know it's gonna fucking come now. Because FTX, we can thank Sam Bankman for bringing down the regulation here. We can thank him for his alleged money laundering scheme. We'll find out more about that as time goes on. I hear so many different things that were going on, that, you know, some of the donations that they were getting was in Bitcoin, and they sent that Bitcoin to the exchange so that they can get cash. So that stuff was already gone and they were given money. So was it a money laundering operation if they were exchanging it instantaneously for their local currency? You know, you kind of get in a little bit of muddy waters there. I would say that was more than likely a legitimate transaction, in my opinion. That's just me. But with the bankruptcy, all that stuff's going to get put out into the open. If there is any kind of fraud with Sam Bankman, there is a lot of things that look highly suspicious. There is a lot of evidence everywhere that shows, at least in between the companies, there was fraud being done. Anytime that you're taking one company and allowing them to just take the money directly out of the account into another company that's not doing good, that is fraud. FTX wasn't an accident. Look what campaign. Oh yeah, I know. Censored that. And it was like, did he spend enough with the Democratic Party to get the VIP treatment gold standard being a businessman? If he did not donate enough, he goes down. I mean, the only person that donated more than Sam Bankman was George Soros. Nobody else donated more than him, outside of George Soros. And we know that George Soros, fits the coffer for the Democratic Party to push his political agenda. So it's like there are so many different dirty dealings with Sam Bankman, with his mom and his dad, and the connections that they had going into the SEC, the federal chairman. It's like, wow, this rabbit hole just got bad. That reminds me of John Belushi. Oh my God, yeah. I'm thinking that he basically, with what. Here's my thing on this: the Bitcoin that was sold in behest of Alameda was sold to somebody. So somebody, even though the original owners of the Bitcoin no longer have their Bitcoin, right? Somebody bought that Bitcoin. I'm just saying, that Bitcoin that was used to fund Alameda is sitting in somebody's wallet. It's not sitting in an exchange. I'm telling you that right now. It's sitting in they OTC'd that shit. That's why it was a nice, quiet, quick trade. Nobody even saw it happening. You OTC that shit and the world doesn't know. You can hopscotch that shit and like make your funds totally private and move that shit. There are ways, especially when you're on the exchange, you can secretly move your funds. But yeah, it's on the blockchain. It's just, you got to figure out how they moved it. If you can figure out how and when, that's going to be the connection. Is whenever because they're going to have to disclose all of this stuff, is when the funds got moved. They're trying to claim a hack This ain't no hack. The funds that you saw moving around that was supposed to be FTX's, that was one of their their wallets going, peekaboo, follow the white rabbit. I'm fucking telling you right now. This was a follow the white rabbit moment. As long as everybody follows the white rabbit, you'll never notice the man behind the curtains. So I think that wallet moving was a ploy. I think this was kind of set up. I'm just saying. That's my tinfoil hat. But at the same time, the people that were on the exchange, they're now debtors. So they're out their Bitcoin, but that Bitcoin is still in somebody's wallet. It was not sold like what people think. And all this stuff's gonna fucking come out. And when that happens, we're gonna find out why CZ from Binance went, oh no, I would have helped you, but X, Y, and Z just sank the battleship. I'm just saying. He was just like, there isn't enough Bitcoin that I have in my reserves. Even if I were to compound that with insurance, would that have enough? You're not safe foo over there. You see, Techman, that's the fucked up shit. You see, they're playing really loose with the rules. Now, if it was a regular stock exchange, yes, they would have to disclose all of that stuff. But because this is a crypto exchange and there's no direct verbiage stating that the exchange, a stock exchange and a crypto exchange shouldn't be following the same principles. They are ultimately the same thing, but on a digital asset versus a physical commodity. So, I mean, I just don't fucking get it. It blows my mind with this that FTX thought he could play loose and hard with the rules on this one because there's no direct verbiage on there. But I think what fucked him in the long run was the price of Bitcoin coming down. It exposed everything, and whenever there was a bank run, basically, when people started pulling off of there, all of a sudden it locked the system up because there was no more Bitcoin to come out. It's cool when only a few people. This is why a lot of us Bitcoiners, we always sit there and say, don't leave your shit on the exchange. It's not yours. I mean, it's one thing if you got $100 on there, right? It's one thing, like myself. I've got $100 sitting on fucking Coinbase. $100. It'll suck if fucking Coinbase locked that up on me. But at the end of the day, it's $100. It's not the majority of what I would consider my savings, right? I wouldn't do that. That's not the smart play. And a lot of people, because of who promoted FTX, we had a football stadium, or a stadium being named after FTX, the old Staples Stadium, right? And then we have Tom Brady that was talking about it. There was another something O'Leary, Timothy O'Leary. Yeah, Timothy O'Leary. A few bigger pronounced people started talking about FTX because it was the new buzzword. They were one of the most successful crypto exchanges here in the United States, and he was and he was sitting there, and people were just so blind to all the little red flags that he was giving out, going, "I'm a scam, yo, I'm a scam. Hey, yo, I'm a scam. Oh my God, these people don't see this. I'm a scam." And to the point where, now that the price came down, now we see what really happened on the other end of the whole FTX saga. As it goes through bankruptcy and stuff like that. I mean, Sam Bankman is being detained in house arrest right now, so we'll see how this transpires. I would be curious on how the Democrats would like to address this one, that they had a Ponzi scheme scammer being one of the second largest donor to them. Does that taint the Democratic Party moving forward with having, with their quote unquote dark money being a scam? Well, time will tell on what they will do to that. Time will tell. I mean, we're talking over $40 million being donated to the Democratic Party. And probably that was FTX funds being dropped over there. I'm just saying, a lot of money moved out real quick. He lost billions within a week. It's like, how the fuck do you fuck up that badly? But, it's like FTX has more than 1 million creditors. That is every person that left any crypto on there. You just became a creditor. In other words, they are in debt to you, right? You're gonna get pennies of the dollar through bankruptcy if you get anything at all. The investors usually take the majority cut of what's ever left of the company, and then the creditor gets what's left. And if there are any stock shareholders after that, they get what's ever left. Usually the stock shareholders get nothing, and then the creditors will get pennies to the dollar. So these people just took a bloodbath on their crypto. And I hope this doesn't make anybody that left their crypto on FTX never want to touch crypto again. I hope they use this as a lesson moving forward, going, never leave crypto on the motherfucking blockchain in the exchange. Because if it's in the exchange, according to that blockchain, it's fucking the exchange's shit because it's in their wallet. It's not in your wallet. The blockchain records it in their wallet. I hope that the FTX creditors understand this moving forward, and that if you want to have the ownership of your crypto, you have to have the private keys in your wallet, and the blockchain should be able to verify that for you. Any other way? This is why I always recommend people, you're going to deal with you're going to deal with any kind of crypto, it better have a core wallet, and that core wallet better have a wallet.dat file in there, because that wallet.dat file is the only file that contains your private keys. And without the private keys I can pull that private key out of the wallet, put it onto a USB device, and travel the fucking world with it, and put it into any Bitcoin core wallet. I can go, to Egypt, go to somebody's place in Egypt, have them pull their wallet.dat file off of their computer. I can slide my wallet.dat file onto my computer, access my Bitcoin, send them Bitcoin, pull my wallet.dat file off of their computer, and bam, I've got it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, there are other altcoins that do have this. Litecoin has a wallet.dat file. Dogecoin has a wallet.dat file. Your good projects are going to allow you to have access to your actual private key. To me, a shitcoin is, it's registered on the blockchain that it's in your wallet. You see, don't you like how your wallet turns on like that? I'm like, so what you're saying is my wallet can be compromised, so you sacrificed a possible compromised wallet for speed of booting up that wallet and sending a transaction a little faster. So where's my wallet? How do I get my private keys on my own wallet.dat file? Oh no, you don't do that. I can't touch that coin then. Sorry, that there to me is my shitcoin test. You have the Howey test with the stock market on being a security. There are certain things that got to pass the GPU Jesus standards before I go, you know what? That's not that bad. I like things that I can pull the wallet.dat file off on. A lot of times it is also, how can I put it? Not so much anymore. It used to be a while back that usually your hardware wallets were coins that had wallet.dat files, and that's why it works so nicely. But they've integrated other coins that don't operate in that fashion anymore. But yeah, I mean, it's like it better have it's like it better have a wallet.dat file. You can usually go in, download the wallet, and then go into the wallet filing system and try to see if you can find a wallet.dat file. If you can't find one in there, I mean, not saying that you can't make money on it, but it's like it makes me cautious. So, and this kind of comes into the same thing with the FTX. If you don't have your private key, it's not yours. The blockchain records it as being in whoever wallet has it at that time, and the law will look at it as possession is 9/10 of the law. Yes, you might have claim to something, but it was in their possession. Now it becomes part of their bankruptcy. So these are things that kind of like hit you really hard. What up, Kyle? I don't want no wrapped BTC crap. You know it. You missed everything, Sonia. You missed everything. No, just kidding. We're just kind of going over the whole FTX thing. So another thing that it's like you have trickle down effects get rippled out through the whole system, guys, and I mean the whole system. Huobi subsidiary fails to withdraw crypto assets worth 18 million from FTX, guys. So the stunning FTX collapse, like I said, has sent little ripples through the market. The latest firm to fall victim is Huobi's brokerage subsidiary, HBit Limited. The Hong Kong-based company has revealed that it's unable to withdraw $18.1 million worth of cryptocurrency deposited in FTX. Out of the total funds stuck in FTX is $13.2 million. Are the client's assets based upon their trading request, while the rest, $4.9 million, belongs to HBit directly for their war chest. So they just got nailed for their war chest. The official announcement stated that the company will engage with a legal advisor to recover the digital assets and carry out the appropriate steps to with the bankruptcy cryptocurrency exchange. We'll see how that one goes for them. This is if there is any Bitcoin left in the FTX fund, and this is what's going to be really bad. You're going to have things like this where you're going to have a bigger company going, no, you are not gonna bring my company down with you. And this means that, again, the little guy like me and you, if we had our stuff there, which I'm hoping every one of you awesome FA people did not, and we're smart enough because you listen to me here, you would be shafted right now, basically. So basically, and I get it from Huobi's standpoint, hey, it's a company, I get to stand in front of the line. I'm going to get VIP access here because I got a business. And my business has employees and customers over here. So you're not going to hit your customers plus me and my customers. That'll send a ripple through the whole ecosystem. And that's something that I hope Huobi gets something out of the deal here. I wish them the best of luck, but if FTX is completely insolvent, then they screwed. HBit believes that the incident may adversarially affect its financial performance if not resolved. Exactly. Because that's their stuff and their customer stuff. This is why you don't trust third parties with your funds. Even in a bank, you don't trust your funds in the bank. Because if there's any issues with the bank, you put your money in the bank, you put your local currency into a bank. It's the same thing as putting it into FTX here, BitConnect, all of it. Your assets are theirs temporarily until you withdraw them. Until you withdraw them, you own nothing. You have a receipt. And you hope that the FDIC insurance would be enough to cover if they have any issues. Well, if every bank out there had an issue, the FDIC insurance could only cover about 10 to 12% of the whole market. Guess who's not getting their money if it's in a bank? Yeah, me and you. It's going to be the same thing with the FTX. Watch this, guys. Did Sam Bankman buy enough security to not hit the backlash of going to prison? We'll see about this. We'll see about it. I mean, it depends on if everybody set up the companies properly. He might be able to skate it, but I hope not. I hope not. But again, we're going to be seeing any big players. They're going to step first in line, guys. So just note that your investors, your big players, then the little guy, and then it's the stock shareholders. It's kind of funny that the stock shareholders are ultimately the last people to really get anything. Maybe. That's been the rumor. He's under house arrest in the Cayman Islands, and he's put his multi-million-dollar penthouse up in the Cayman Islands for sale. Kind of funny that he was sitting there going, "Oh, I'm going to give it away," but he was living the high life, guys. This guy gets like deeper and deeper into shit the more that people start peeling the onion. I would like to see, it's like as of right now, there's like a bazillion stories, hard to really kind of sort it all out. As it goes through all the bankruptcy stuff and litigations and stuff, all the information will kind of get sorted out, and we'll have a better direction of what actually happened. We all know that there was like bad business going on, that we can agree on. Seems like it was a Ponzi scheme, that we can agree on. How deep the rabbit hole went, we'll find out. It's like, and then, like I said, FTX is sitting there saying that they had a wallet that got drained for the FTX accounts, started swapping millions of DAI for Ether. I think that, again, I think this is follow the white rabbit type of deal. Oh my God, I got hacked. Look at this, the money moving. Well, he can do that anywhere, or he can just have somebody that is, hey, once X, Y, and Z happen, start moving the money around. It'll really throw them off. Either this is like a big brain moment on his end, trying to distract people, going, "Oh, I'm not insolvent because of me. This is the reason why I'm insolvent." I think it's too convenient, in my opinion, that this is really kind of happened. You would think that an exchange is going to have the highest level of security. If it doesn't, this was either an inside job. I would take that this is either an inside job, or this is something that was in the workings that was going to already happen. So somewhere around 27 million, approximately 21,155 ETH from associated addresses, according to PeckShield. The receiving address then approved DAI for trading on a COW protocol shortly after it conducted the following transaction, swapping 3 million DAI for it started swapping all the DAI in the millions. If I was a person that was high level enough to sit there and play with these numbers, I would not be swapping it where people can follow the address pinging around. It would move one time and go poof. I'm telling you right now, it would hopscotch and hopscotch and hopscotch and hopscotch. What kind of a coder or a hacker is going to be dumb enough to not sit there and play hopscotch? I don't care what the exchange fees are. You're going to sit there and hopscotch it so many times that nobody's going to be the wiser. It's going to be poof, gone instantly. The money's going to go into the wallet and hopscotch right through mixers. Not just once, not twice, maybe 50, 60, 70 times. And maybe a 70 more times just to fucking make my conscience feel good if I was that low life of a person to be sitting there and stealing like this. This tells me it is a low level person. If I'm able to actually watch it get moved through the network. There is no way you're going to get me to believe that this was a high level attack. This was an insider job, or it was somebody that Sam Bankman himself ordered to execute this. If he had some, if something happened, hey, you're my contingency plan. I need you to move this when I tell you to. I'm just saying, that's a tinfoil hat I got on in it. It's too convenient. Being executed on Binance Smart Chain. It's like, come on. You are not going to get me to believe that this was not something that was kind of planned. Too convenient that it's happening at the time that he's going insolvent. It's like when you chop around the forest around there of all the other possibilities and go, nope, that's not it. Nope, that's not it. No matter how ridiculous and how unfathomable it can be, it has to be that. And it doesn't make any sense that this is anything more than follow the white rabbit at this point. Right. The difference between crypto and the bank is that crypto is going to leave a bread trail. So if you don't know what you're doing, it's a lot harder to do this. And if you're going to sit there and steal $27 million, I'm sorry, but $27 million is not everybody's funds. $27 million, if that was all that you had left that needed to disappear, you don't even cover half of the people that you stole from. They were basically running on a very small war chest like this, and if there was a big enough bank run on them, they would have had to have shut down. The whole system would have locked up. And I think this was just them moving the funds out. This is just me. This is my tinfoil hat. It's my opinion. My opinion alone. Take it for how it is, guys. Take it for how it is. And then, of course, we now have thousands of people petitioning for congressional investigations of alleged Gensler SBF links. So they are now wanting to see if Gary Gensler and Sam Bankman, how linked together, how deep was this fraud going down? Did Gary Gensler know about this happening? If the answer is yes, Gensler is going to federal prison, guys. This guy is going to go to federal prison. And I hope it brings down Sam Bankman right along with him. If Gensler has any knowledge of what's going on here, this man's going to burn with the ship, guys. This one will be an interesting one. So, I mean, like, the evidence has emerged that proves Gensler met with Sam Bankman, before the $14 billion collapse of FTX, member of Congress have already been informed that Gensler was working with Bankman-Fried to give FTX a regulatory free pass while a massive fraud was going on right under the SEC's nose. It's time for a full congressional investigation of Gensler's role in one of the biggest financial fraud in American history. This is fucking huge right here. This part alone is huge. We're talking fraud at the federal level. And it's being done in a Democratic wheelhouse. Imagine that. They want to demonize the Republican Party and all the other parties' oppositions to them for the ones doing exactly what they're fucking doing. And then it's like, okay, how deep does this rabbit hole go? Whose else's head's going to be on the chopping block right along with this? Will Gary Gensler actually, keep his mouth shut and not get Epsteined? Or are we going to see Gary and Sam both get Epsteined here? The possibilities are endless. I'm just saying, guys. So, I mean, the memo on Sam Bankman-Fried, 3/20/3/22 meeting with the SEC chairman remains. Remember these names. So, from Amanda Fisher. So Amanda Fisher, senior counsel to the chair. Corey Freyer, senior advisor. Those are the SEC attendees. IEX attendees. Brad Katsumaya, co-founder and CEO. John Ramsey, chief marketing policy officer. Rachel Barnett, general counsel. Florian Seifer, I'm sure I just pronounced the last name, COO, digital assets. FTX attendees, Sam Bankman-Fried, Ryan Miller, general counsel, and Mark Wetjen, head of policy and regulations strategy, FTX US. And then right as all of this was going down, Sam Bankman conveniently stepped down from being the CEO, conveniently with this stuff. So he's trying to thinks that if I no longer work for the company anymore, you can't go after me. That's the company over there, and the company did fraud. It was not me. This is an old game done by on Wall Street, and it usually doesn't work out very well 99% of the time. You have banks that get away with this stuff because they're too big to fail. But you're gonna see Sam Bankman, his head's gonna roll for this one. Oh yeah, the whole administration's corrupt. We know it. It's top down. But it's funny that it's not only is it top down, but it's on the blockchain now. We got fucking breadcrumbs that shows the whole trail of corruption, guys. And it's like, and we know that Michael Saylor, he's a big proponent into Bitcoin. He bought a lot of the Bitcoin during the bull market. Which was like, I was just sitting there, my jaw was dropping during this whole thing. So he chimes in, FTX collapse could push regulators to suppress crypto innovations. This one I agree, and to a point. So if they've got the right mind, if the government has the right mindset to go, hey, this is an emerging market, we need to put the right regulations, but we need to put these right regulations into the right spots. I don't think it's going to stop the innovation side of it. You're still going to have crypto businesses. You're still going to have companies that are going to be able to accept crypto payments. That stuff's not going to change with the regulation. They're going to come with a boom after the exchanges, rightly so. Rightly so. The Sam Bankmans of the world need to be absolutely stopped. they've made a few other. Sam Bankman is such a. He's probably that. This is probably the biggest fraud in the last 100 years. I'm just saying. With the asset, with the amount of money at play here. Oh yeah. Yes, this was a game they used in the movie Wolf on Wall Street, but now it's on crypto. To a point. I would say that this was it. This almost feels like they needed a big enough of an event that the government can come in and go, see, look, you can't regulate yourself. Now Big Daddy's gonna have to come in and tell you what you can and can't do. It's some of it is kind of almost seems orchestrated to a point too. A 29-year-old man getting to where he's at, virtue signaling the whole way. Some pretty powerful people put him where he's at. Some pretty powerful people probably knew that he was not competent on doing what he's doing. Some pretty powerful people probably also knew that if he started up a business, no matter how big it got, it would collapse at some point in time due to his incompetence. I'm sure at some point they breathed a sigh of relief when he started getting into the $1 billion evaluation club. And they were like, well, maybe we underestimated him. And then it showed out that, no, he could still fuck it up even that big. And he certainly did. But I agree to a point. I think when it comes down to cryptos going into the public marketplace, I'm not sure if that'll really, I don't know if it'll really stop anything. I mean, there'll be a little bit more scrutinizing of what they consider a security, so there'll be less offerings to the general public. Let's put it that way. So you'll have like Coinbase ain't going to be able to offer all these shit coins that they offer right now because they would be considered securities. So I think that I think it's going to hit them this way. So what it's going to do is it's going to cut. So what I think Michael Saylor's talking about here when he says that it's going to suppress innovation is it's going to cut the U.S. market off from being able to trade directly in those other markets without hopscotching onto a decentralized exchange where there's more risk. There's even more mitigated risk here because now you guys know what I'm talking about here. You know, it's like a lot of you guys have been here long enough. All that money, and he had the ugly girl. Yeah. Hey man, to each their own. I mean, he couldn't do he didn't know what a comb was. He doesn't know what a haircut was. He dressed like a bum hippie. This is like if I had to look if I were to meet Sam Bankman on the street, I would have probably have considered him a burnout drug addict. And then if somebody said, bro, he's worth billions. And I'd be like, fucking how? This guy's a moron. Hearing this, like, I've never paid it. Like, FTX has never been on my radar, to be honest. So as I'm sitting here listening to some of the stuff that he was sitting there talking about, how he talked, what he was saying, was just like, oh my God, this guy's a freaking moron. Who would have ever, I mean, you listen to Sam Bankman and you're like, I feel stupid for fucking listening to this. So anybody that had any kind of belief structure in Sam Bankman, they're the greater fool in the room. Oh yeah, Dems love morons because they can manipulate them. Too bad that they had a moron that they manipulated, but nobody put any control over him from doing anything stupid. It's like he might have been easy to direct and control, but nobody was controlling him. That's what happens when stuff like this happens. All while they're having a meltdown over fucking Twitter now because of Elon. It's like, oh my God, that's hilarious. So if depending on how badly regulators come in, it'll depend on how badly the markets pull back further, if it's over-regulated or if it's regulated with just the right touch. If they do it because they're used to dealing with the stock exchange, if they regulate it more like the stock exchange, I think that'll bring a lot of consumer confidence back into the market, guys. I think overall that'll be a net positive. Will it make it a little harder for startups in the US to be allowed on the market? Yes. Do I think that it will suppress innovation? Only a little bit, I think. I think only a little bit. It will force the newer crypto startups moving forward to set the standard to a higher regulation. They need to have the standard set a little higher. You know, hey, you made you made an idea. Now actually make the product. Don't Cardano it for 6-7 years. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? His handler might have gotten Epstein. And just to kind of come out with some more stuff, as we all know, Genesis Mining, they've been helping out other startups also. They have halted crypto lending, blaming FTX implosion for this. So the lending division of the crypto asset manager Genesis has put a halt to customer redemption and new loan origins. A move that is already disrupting a lot of crypto services across the ecosystem because they've got a big they've got a giant war chest. Genesis is a gigantic mining company. These, like, if you want to know who you're competing with when you mine Bitcoin or you're mining whatever that on a GPU, you are competing with Genesis Mining. They have like 5-6 locations, thousands of GPUs, thousands of ASICs, guys. These guys are a formidable mine. With the collapse of crypto going on right now, we're seeing a lot of, like I keep talking about war chests. These companies are trying to preserve their war chest. Genesis is going to be fine. Genesis is in a great position to be able to weather the storm per se. Their electric cost is right. They've got enough mining equipment to keep generating enough to be able, they might sit there at a certain point, they're going to start trimming fat off too. But a bigger mining facility like Genesis that has a gigantic war chest, they can go a lot further into a bear market before they start trimming fat. So I won't look at Genesis Mining themselves for a clue of where the market is, because even during the bear market of 2018, Genesis did not shut down any of their stuff. They took like a very small, they like cut their operational cost down by, I think, like 20 or 30% during a bear market. All they've done here is just stop loaning out, because the loans are putting a hamper on their liquidity, because they have too much. If they have too much lended out, and the war chest gets a little too low with the market being a little unstable right now, they're just kind of setting themselves up, just kind of, it's a chess game, and they just put themselves into a good position, in my opinion. I'm not worried about where Genesis is heading now. If I see Genesis say that they cut cost 50%, then I'll be like, Well, now you got my full attention. How badly? Where's Bitcoin going from here? Um, and that's always going to be the people, top of people's minds right now. Where does Bitcoin go from here? It's like the optimistic person in me will point to the chart and just like all the way up. Sky's the limit, really. But this with the FTX implosion, it puts a few things out onto the table that even I couldn't have ever charted for. Your best crypto traders could not foresee this, but this does give a lot of good arbitrage. Now, if this delivers a lot of bad news and gets extended out, we can sit there and easily drop the $1,200 Bitcoin. Going, if I had to take a guess, low side, we could be looking at about a $9,000 Bitcoin with this event happening. If this comes out and good regulation comes out, the exchanges become more transparent with things, I think it'll be a zero-sum event. It'll be a scar in Bitcoin's history, basically, that we'll be able to take a deep breath, kind of move forward, quietly put our heads down, and then get back to work. If this turns out to be the biggest scandal in history, like it's shaping up to be, it's like God knows what's going to happen. This might cause enough noise for Bitcoin that this could be the catalyst that makes Bitcoin go to the moon too. I mean, it has the effect of going both directions. I think people forget that too. That with this about to go into the forefront, and as people start realizing this had nothing to do with Bitcoin, this was bad choices by business owners, and Bitcoin was just the vehicle that they chose to execute in it. And if they realize that, okay, Bitcoin wasn't the problem, but it tracked the issue, and it gave us a place to be able to hold them accountable, I think that will wake up more people to the ideology that Bitcoin is a very necessary tool to have in everybody's possession. It's no different than owning gold and silver, in my opinion. Crypto Crag. What up, Rune? Crypto Crag is like, I use Genesis with Foundry Pool for Bitcoin mining. Nice. So far, the exchange side is still doing fine, at least per the conference call this morning. I think Genesis is in a great position. I've talked to a few people that are the higher ups in Genesis. Good group of people. I will tell you that right now. These people are very much committed to what they're doing. They're committed to the customers. They're committed to Bitcoin. They're committed on moving the ecosystem forward and getting this into the forefront and accepted everywhere. I mean, Genesis, the people, like the person that I know is Philip over at Genesis. He is a wonderful guy. Anytime I have any questions about what's going on over at Genesis, I think I'll probably try to get a hold of Philip and see what's going on. See if I can get any insight. Maybe even get him to come on if he is available. I will ask him, because Philip is a really great guy. I had a great. I love being able to bring him on. I brought him on for DCA Adventure. This time I'll try to bring him on here, guys. So I will try to get Philip on here. I'll get in contact with him this week, and I would love to pick his brain on what's going on here. Like, oh, you got the 151, huh? put the rum in the coconut and mix it all up. So I think Genesis though is in a good position. Like I said, I think it's just the fallout pricing of Bitcoin kind of hits every industry. So you're gonna see everybody in the industry just kind of tighten up. I think this is a natural response. It'll be a short-term pain for long-term gain. That is my thoughts behind it. And we'll finish it off with a little bit of mining stuff, guys, real fast. So if anybody is using LOL Miner, and you are already you want to mine Ethereum Classic, Kaspa, and ZIL, LOL Miner 1.62 now allows triple mining. There are pros and cons with this, guys. So, you're going to have to make an overclock that works with all three of them. You're not going to be able to overclock your GPU per coin. So you're not going to be 100% optimized for every one of them. If you set up optimized for ETC, it'll probably work very well for Kaspa and Zilliqa. So I think that, but the problem that I have with it, okay, is this. Is you're splitting each GPU you have into 3 parts. It depends on the pool, I guess. In your situation, whenever I've ran the math on doing dual mining or now triple mining, as we could see here, doing triple mining, I just, the returns are kind of garbage. Now, if you're looking at being able to acquire all 3 of these coins, then this is a perfect choice for you. You are mining for a different reason. For myself, I want to mine to be able to get more Bitcoin. So therefore, dual mining and triple mining does not make sense. Now, in the case of mining Litecoin and earning Dogecoin, right? That's what they call merge mining. Merge mining and dual mining and triple mining are different entities. So what merge mining is you're sitting there, like, we'll take for instance for Doge, for anybody who doesn't understand how Litecoin is actually mined. So you have your mini Doge. For a lot of you guys, you got mini Doges, or you got the L3 Plus or the L7, whichever camp you're in. If you're already mining it, a lot of you guys already know about this. But for anybody who doesn't mine Litecoin at all, so Litecoin is on the script algorithm. Litecoin being at the highest difficulty on the script algorithm, that what it means by the highest difficulty, it has the highest hash rate, which means that the difficulty to find each block is at the highest. Now, everything below it can be merge mined because the difficulty is lower. So the lower on the ranking it goes, the easier it is to essentially steal a block, basically, is what you're doing. So when you submit a share on Litecoin, you can sit there and take the answer for that and plug it into Dogecoin. If it hits a block, you get paid, right? That's basically how merge mining works. Where dual mining and triple mining on a GPU, you're taking your hash rate power and you're splitting it up between three different coins, right? I don't think it's the best answer for GPU mining. Again, now if you're wanting to get Ethereum Classic, Kaspa, and Zilliqa, fine. That's a different reason. But for me personally, I think it for every moment that somebody said it was profitable, 99% of the time it's not. So it's pretty much trying to figure out which coin that you want to support, that you think has legs in the future, wait for the pump, and then you make your returns back that way. But right now it's in a different market where the hash rate's really high, price sucks, and nobody wants to turn their rigs off. That's where we're at this in this cycle. Too many people got told to just keep mining. Now we're dealing with the backlash on this, unfortunately. So I'm hoping that with seeing some of these places starting to pull back on pricing, we're seeing companies starting to cut costs down. I'm hoping we're starting to hit the end of the bear market cycle. This is something that I have strategically seen, and it doesn't matter in what market you're looking at. Usually you see people start trimming the fat off their company when they're in the bottom of the bear market because they're just trying to float by. We're not economically in a bad spot. I just think that people are just going to trim the fat off. We'll watch everything kind of flatline. We might flutter a little bit downward. I don't think, in my opinion, that we're going to go below 12. Because if it goes below 12,000, it's not going to go below that for very long. There are too many miners too many Bitcoin mining facilities that would have to shut down very quickly because their price of mining a whole Bitcoin is $13,000-$14,000 per Bitcoin. So there is a bottom floor to all of this, guys. So be thankful of that. There is a real bottom floor. So as the market dips, we're going to see the miners sell off more Bitcoin. Yes. But this also allows us to be able to buy to grab some of those Bitcoins at a reduced price. It's a win-win. And I think that the market's going to bounce back. So, I mean, not all is lost. I just think that the whole FTX debacle here, it's just going to be in a very deep scar in Bitcoin history moving forward. And probably it'll be looking at sometime Q1 of next year when Bitcoin will probably start bouncing back. If the market doesn't just dramatically change, I mean, you can't. We're taking guesses on way that the market feels, right? We're kind of feeling out the market. Everybody's got their own little shapes and lines on a chart, going all these shapes and lines. They tell me X, Y, and Z. And what it's doing is it's giving you a better understanding of the data points and going, okay, if X, Y, and Z happens, 90% of the time it does A or B. If it does something wild, it'll do C. And C is the Hail Mary that I couldn't chart for, but I know it's a potential, and that's why your best traders are correct, 65% of the time. You're good traders. 65% of the time they can sit there and call it accurately. If it's a market that they're very, very, very familiar with and it's a older markets move slower so that I can pinpoint moves a little bit more accurately on an older market. Bitcoin's a newer emerging market. The swings are violent. The swings are wild and unpredictable, even still to this day. We are still just in the first inning, guys. We are still early. When the market becomes predictable, then it's an older market. An older market matures, and when it matures, it'll still have its swings, but it's not so violent. It's not so unpredictable. It's not somebody farted over here and caused a crash over here, which sent everything else crashing and liquidations happening. No, people are still coming here for the casino. This is still the Wild West, and this is just the beginning, guys. So hang tight, guys. This is just getting started. Just make sure you get your one whole Bitcoin. Get your ticket to the moon, guys. That's all you're going to have to worry about. Make sure you put your ticket to the moon in your own core wallet, guys. Don't trust third parties. Never trust. I hope everybody here is, it's like it drills this into other people's head. Don't leave it on the exchange. Period. Like anyone look at website, they had a price drop on last gen CPU and GPU. Yep, they're trying to get rid of everything. Not running 3090s or 3080 Ti's at the moment. Too much heat. It depends on where you're at. I mean, I know where you're at, but yeah. To me, it's not an issue with heat. You just open up Windows, it's cold enough. Helium had an update. Now the chain is stalled. Yep, this is going to be the reason why they want to go to Solana. Oh, wait a minute. Solana just got fucked by FTX. Oh, this is just getting better and better. Oh, no Windows. Oh, that's too bad, Tech Man. Oh, that sucks. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. You do mine in a really weird spot. So, anybody got any comments or questions before I hop up out of here? You guys have been awesome. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Underground bunker with off-grid power and a mining rig. That's all you need, right? Satellite internet connection. Good to go. Too funny, too funny. Does anybody else got any comments or questions before I head up out of here? Everybody, you are awesome. Definitely smash that Lizzie like button, subscribe if you're new here, hit the bell notification, all that good stuff. You guys are awesome. I do this Monday through Friday just for you guys, and then in the morning, that's just me trying to get this 40-year-old ass back into shape. You know, if I can do it, so can you. Yo. I'm even getting my Wi-Fi back into it. She's been working out too. I'm a bit of a motivation. So, all right, everybody. Don't forget to smash that Lizzie like button. And if you guys want to be have your gear hosted at the Family Mine, and you want to make sure that you got a slot on the shelf, guys. As soon as I get to a point where I'm turning what resembles like a pinch of profitability on my end, that I can start like getting equipment into the facility and more power in there. I mean, I got the power, but I got to get the gear for the power, and then I can bring all of you guys in. But once that happens, you want to be in the Patreon link down below. Get into the pseudo hasher tier. There are a lot of there is a perk in there. Damn near makes it fucking free for you guys, dude. I'm fucking telling you right now. Get in there. If you want to have if you're thinking about getting hosted with us, just do it. Even if you change your mind later on, be like, no, I'm not. I got out of mining altogether, bro. Just get in there for right now. Just secure your slot now. I mean, what you know, it's really nothing. It's really not. And if you're saying, you know, hey, I can't do that, I have to wait for you to open up the doors, I'll roll my chances. At least join the Discord. Links down below. Love to have you part of the community. That part is 100% free, guys. Love to have anybody there part of the conversation. All that good stuff. Oh, yeah. Everybody, F to the A. Drop those FAs in the Chizity chat, everybody. 100%, guys. Drop those FAs in the Chizity chat. Because you guys are rated F for fucking awesome. Yo. All right, everybody. Thank you all for being here. Since you got no other comments or questions, peace out. And of course, stay savage. Yo.